A century and a half ago, Harmon Heald, whose local store became the cornerstone of this community, donated a lot across the street from his place of business that we know today as the Plaza. In all the years since then, the Plaza has remained the center of community life, the place where generations have come together to celebrate, listen to music, dance, and honor the rich traditions of this area we call home. Decades after Harmon Heald's generous gift, a group of community-minded residents were committed to ensuring there would be another lasting resource devoted to supporting quality of life here, a community endowment.
Somewhere in the year 2000, I was in the city council and very, very hyper involved in the community. And a group of us had kind of started the conversation about nonprofits. It was right about the time that the recession was, the tech boom had just about collapsed, or was just starting to collapse, and everybody was afraid of what's going to happen with nonprofits. And a woman named Damaris Brinton, who since moved out of town but was kind of very, very involved in the community at the time, and I had sat down and had coffee at the Flying Goat and talked about a way of trying to provide for nonprofits so that they didn't have to rely on city grants or government grants.
Yeah, I was walking down the street downtown and I bumped into Jason Lyles, and he said, how come you're not involved with the Healdsburg Area Fund? I said, what's that? He said, oh, it's this entity we're trying to create to become a local source of funding for nonprofits and other agencies in the city. And I said, well, what is it? And he gave me a brief description of what a community foundation was. And I said, well, what could I do? He said, well, you could help us organize it. And I said, well, you know, I don't know anything about nonprofits, but I really would like to give money away. He said, we could probably arrange that.
Damaris and I sat down again and pulled together a really amazing group of people that spent the next 6 months to a year kind of creating the Healdsburg Area Fund. After a lot of thought and a lot of talk and a lot of meetings, we finally came up with what we felt like was the perfect concept for this endowment. And that was the Healdsburg Area Fund as run through the Community Foundation, Sonoma County. The whole concept of the endowment was that so many of these great community groups spent so much of their time and energy trying to raise money that wasn't really that much money to kind of do good in the world. And we felt like if we could do that part and then give them a portion of the money that we raise and the interest that we take in on the endowment every year, then they could focus more on doing good and we could focus on actually raising the money.
With an initial anonymous donation offered as a match challenge and the generosity of 6 local families to get started, the small group of determined community members were successful in generating over $1 million within just a few years.
When Damaris first came up with the idea, she created a series of events and she invited me to her home. And my husband and I went and we thought it was a great idea, and we became founding contributors, and shortly after that we set up a legacy fund.
When the Community Foundation Sonoma County in Healdsburg was formed, the Healdsburg Area Fund was the first major community endowment in the area.
We chose an endowment process for these funds to be distributed because we wanted a permanent and secure source of money that would always be available for whatever the needs of Healdsburg were in the future. Nonprofits sometimes come and go, the needs of the community changes, and we wanted to have a source of revenue that was always available to whatever was most important for the community at any given time.
The Healdsburg Area Fund has been a reliable source of support to over 30 nonprofits serving the communities of Healdsburg and Geyserville. Organizations addressing the fabric of community life, health, environment, education, arts, youth programs, and essential human services have all benefited from the generosity of neighbors helping neighbors through the endowment.
A number of years ago, I helped found an organization called PSST, Public School Success Team. Our objective is to increase the graduation rate from the local public high school. And one of the important things about that organization has been the support that it's gotten from the Community Foundation.
The Healdsburg Area Fund has really helped us get off the ground, get started, and really helped us take an idea and move it forward into something that we can replicate each year, and not only replicate, but expand on.
What began in 2009 with one class, one 5th grade class, has evolved to a program that has impact in every classroom, grades 4 through 12 in the Healdsburg School District.
The Healdsburg Area Fund
is sustainability.
The Healdsburg Area Fund is supporting the sustainability. The farm to pantry. We now have gleaned about 68.5 tons of surplus nuts and fruits and vegetables that would have probably gone to waste. Like Farm to Pantry, the Community Foundation connects abundance to need, neighbor to neighbor.
The Healdsburg Area Fund has been so important to our clubs in Geyserville and Healdsburg. We have focused so much over the last few years on serving more kids. In fact, it's our goal to serve every child in Sonoma County. And without the help of the Healdsburg Area Fund, we would not be seeing the types of numbers and the amount of kids that we see every day in both Healdsburg and Geyserville. There are going to be kids to serve forever, and the gift to an endowment also lasts forever.
The Teen Health Center provides a safe space for young people to come and get any health services that they might need, get counseling that they might need, get education that they might need about how to best take care of their bodies, some help maybe with relationship counseling, any kind of issues that they might be having as young people. All of our staff is not only bilingual but also bicultural, because we have a bicultural community, very much so in Healdsburg. And to be able to provide culturally competent services but that are also youth-friendly is a really wonderful thing.
The Teen Health Center, for example, with Alliance Medical Center, really began here as a startup. And the Healdsburg Area Fund helped with operational funds, startup funds, and the things that this center needs to thrive and to provide services to the young people in our community.
I feel that you are advancing our mission of community inclusion and integration, not only through your gifts, but by financial support, but by your gifts of time and interest in our work. One-off grants are always welcome, but what's welcomed far more is an ongoing collaborative relationship that's authentic and genuine, in which you feel that the funders are truly paying attention to your progress. And you guys have done that in spades.
Becoming Independent has been providing services in Sonoma County for the last 40 years. So it's important to know that our partnership with your foundation will hopefully continue another 40 years as we continue serving the participants that mean so much to all of us.
I have never, in my years of experience in philanthropy, witnessed and had the pleasure of interacting with a more engaged, collaborative group of philanthropists. I think that you are trailblazers. Thank you for being an integral part of our success at Becoming Independent Healdsburg. Happy 10th anniversary.
Harmon Heald left his mark on this community with a gift that has had longer-lasting impact than he could have possibly imagined. That's the idea behind the Healdsburg Area Fund. We can all leave a legacy behind and leave our mark on the community too.
Leave your mark.
I gave to Healdsburg, and I hope you give too.
I gave a gift to Healdsburg. I hope you will also.
We gave a legacy gift to the Healdsburg Area Fund.
And we hope you will too.
I made a gift to the Community Foundation Sonoma County Healdsburg, and I hope you will too.
We made a gift to the Healdsburg Area Fund, and we hope you will too.
Join us as we carry on the example set by Harmon Heald. We've only just begun.